welcome to another night with In the Chair with Monty and Mimi. What's up, Mimi? This lip girl. What's up?
Hey, ain't nothing.
Oh,
Nothing much.
you
Just
got the
living.
lips on. This lip
Huh?
is weird tonight. It's Christmas, huh? Candy cane. Do we call it candy cane?
This is the same lip I wear every week.
Is it?
It is.
It look rather red tonight.
That's because I ain't got no lashes on.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it because you don't have no lashes on? It makes the lip pop more.
It looks different. Yeah. Just a different look.
What's up, Sandra? So I want to apologize to our audience. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that we are late. It is my
We had
fault.
some,
It
we
is
was having
my
some technical difficulties. Yeah, no, it was, yeah, I mean, shit happens.
it does. What's up, Linda? So I do want to apologize because we strive to be on time. But
Mhm.
it was some issues with I couldn't hear Mimi, she couldn't hear me, so it was crazy.
No, I can
But
hear you. Yeah. I don't know what was happening.
so Mimi, how was your day?
It was a day.
It was a
I'm,
day.
I'm, yeah, these days I'm just taking it moment by moment.
Well, you know what? That's all you can do is take it
Absolutely.
moment by moment,
Absolutely.
take it in. Um,
Now I do want to do a shout out for our Leslie. Last night she had her comedic debut
did
at
she?
69 years old. She was on her bucket list. She's funny as hell, y'all. I know we ain't never had her on, but she is naturally funny. And she did her class at the Improv, and last night was graduation, and she killed it.
Oh,
She was the
cool.
only one that got a standing ovation.
Oh, that's
I
wonderful.
She was awesome. Yes. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I was so proud of her because it's not when I tell you it ain't easy getting on that stage and
Mm.
everybody just looking at you, especially black folks looking at you like make me laugh. And she killed it. She looked so cute. She had the leather pants on like all the great comedians do. And she just looked like she was so at home on stage.
Oh, good. So you have
Yeah.
to let me know when her next,
I surely will, because I told her this will not be the last.
and we will definitely support her. I will definitely support Aunt
Uh-huh.
Leslie. I love Aunt Leslie, so I will
Yeah.
definitely be there. Um, how was work today? Did you work?
I worked this morning. Work was a challenge just because I just don't feel up to it.
I got
You
a
know,
letter up at my door. Did you work at
which
the salon today, or did you?
I worked at the salon. Why you- why you get what you get a letter for?
So you know what? I just find it to be odd, and I really don't understand. But I try not to understand. But there was a letter up under my door, and so Josiah went to go clean the shop today because he didn't get a chance to do it on Sunday. And so he texted me. Well, he FaceTimed me first, and he was like, "Dad, you have a letter." And I said, and I had a whole bunch of people in my office, and I was like, "I'll call you back," because you know, kids will just say
Yeah,
whatever they want to say.
yeah,
Oh no, because I don't know what letter this is. I don't know if these people putting me at the salon or what. So let me.
right.
I'll call you back. So I text him and I was like, "What's going on?" And so he was like, "You got a letter up under your door." And so he screenshot it. And so I have the letter. And so the letter states, door and window treatments to show the show the area must be neutral tone of beige, eggshell, and etc. All colors must be changed to neutral colors. So my blinds are black now, and so
Yeah.
those are my decor, and so I have to change it back to. But they put a letter up under my door, and I found that to be. And you know what? They circled like the rules and regulations circled it and put an asterisk, and I was just like, how tacky. But
Charlie
okay.
always doing this shit, but yeah, the person that's in charge of that land, she is a little, she a little different.
But I just found that to be like, really? For real? That's how you coming at me about that? And then we got people in there that's got pictures on their doors
Mhm.
and all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah, they
Maria,
pick and
and I'm
choose.
saying that right. What's up, Miss Davidson? I don't know how to pronounce your first name, so I don't want to miss
Moria, that's Moria.
Moria. Okay, I didn't want to
Yeah.
pronounce it up. And so I was just like, people smell like weed. And then you know what I said? Mimi's music be loud as hell, and they ain't put no note up on the hot dog. You know I
Well,
said it.
they always put notes on my door. I don't give a shit.
So, but you know what? I'm going
Cause
to
my thing
comply.
is, if people want to work somewhere quiet, go get your own get your own building. They got partitions up. It's gonna be loud. Shit.
So I said that I was going to comply. I just felt my day was really, really, really crazy. I had like a
Mm,
crazy, crazy, crazy day. It was so crazy to at the point to where when I got ready to get off work, well, I
mm,
normally leave at a different times, right? But this
right.
today I got my bag and I left. And I didn't even tell Kim bye. She called me and she said, "You got your ass out of here today." She called me. I was already halfway home. Listen, I was over
Dang.
today. Over today.
I
When I
understand. I done had them days.
that
That's how I was in the casino the other night. It was, oh, the energy was peculiar. And I had this so everybody knows I work in the high limit room where, it's a bunch of perpetrators. Everybody want to be in there because they want to act like they got money. And I had this girl. I don't know where. I don't know. I don't know what pronoun this was. I, and she had a handler with her, and like, well, one of her minions. Like, she act like she was too grand to speak or do anything. So she sat in a chair in the lounge and had her come out. She said, she wants um a Patron margarita. I said, okay. So I rung it up, and the girl wanted a large water. The minion. So I rung the stuff up, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's not enough on this comp card." And I'm always very discreet. I don't ever, scream out, folks' business. So she gave me another comp card. I said, that went over to the, grand dame, and got her comp card. And I said, I'm sorry, it's not anything on this comp card either. So she said, well, run mine separate. So her water was $8. So she had
for a
like 12.
while.
Hold up, child, you at the MGM. You are not at home. It was a large bottle of Fiji.
Oh.
And so, ran it. And then for the young ladies, margarita, because if I take out my shaker and my bar, the drinks are, mixed drinks are $20. So I went to run it and I said, ma'am, it's not enough on this card. So she goes to the young lady, and she gets out her little prepaid American Express, right? So that you get out of 7-Eleven. I'm like, this bitch, no, she ain't got no business in this thing. But I run it. And,
It
it
wasn't
goes,
enough.
no, it
Oh.
went through this time because I'm not even taking my shake out until payment is approved. I'm not making a little bit of drink and then got to pour it out. Will not do that. So I made her drink, and it was delicious. I already know because I taste all of my drinks. So, and it was top shelf because I'm VIP. So the minion says, and I already knew the girl had an attitude. She had an attitude the whole time. I was just like, did the bitch talk? Like I don't know. She was, you know. So the minion said, is that Cavassier? I said, man, that is Grand Marnier. That goes into a top shelf margarita. Oh, I didn't know. I got water, so I'm looking at her like, well, bitch, why are you questioning me? So I gave the drink. 10 minutes later, now see what happens is the bartenders that come and stand in my bar, and we have a new one that took over the day shift. They come from other bars and they think that if you charge less for the drinks, that the guests are going to tip you more. And that's not the case. So, um, my manager comes up. I said, "Hey, what's going on?" Well, there was two of them on duty. So the black one is back there with me, and the we have one that's Asian. So he says, has the receipt said, "Oh, I got to do a void." I said, "Oh, you will not." He said, "Oh, she's not satisfied with her drink." I said, "Well, where's the drink?" I said, "Cause I'm looking at her, she's drinking it." I said, "I'm the best motherfucker in here to make a drink." I said, "So we're not gonna do that." I said, "Now the issue is she does not like the fact that she got charged $20, where she normally probably pays much less, and it's okay because we have." If you can't afford to be in here, this is the most expensive part of the casino. We have other bars to suit your financial needs. This just ain't the one for you. So he said, "You're right," because she did bring up issue about how much she paid for the drink. So then I said, "You can go handle that." I said, "We are not voiding that out." I said, "I have a signed receipt right here." You know, I said, "We're not doing that." So my other manager comes around and he says, "Mimi," and the managers are very, they're not confrontational, but a lot of times they don't bother me because they know I can handle that room. I have their respect because I can tell you have to be a certain personality to tell rich people no, and they
Mhm.
still respect you and not be mad. And I have
Right.
that personality. So, he said, yeah, I just don't want problems. I said, I'm gonna tell you right now. I said, you cannot. I said, this is not something that we want to start. I said, you can't refund people because they have buyer's remorse. You done bought a drink. I can't unmix that shit and put it back in the bottle. So you need to inquire about how much it costs ahead of time. And if you can't afford it, go to another bar because we got other bars where you can get cheaper, not as great of a cocktail as I'm going to make. But, it's enough shit to choke down and you can, yeah, I guess get a little buzz on. I said, but I'm going to tell you right now. I said, if you void out that drink, I said, that is totally up to you. I said, however, I'm going to clock out and I don't give a fuck who you get up here tonight. And he said, oh no, because it's VIP. You can't just put anybody in VIP. He said, oh no, you stay, not a problem. She just going to have to eat this one. And that's what happened. So it was very, very peculiar that night.
So my question for you is
Mhm.
it was it the $20
She
that
was
was
mad that what happens is she normally comes on graveyard shift. Graveyard shift, a lot of times we don't have a bartender. The bar is closed, but the cocktails will come around and they'll make the drinks. Cocktails just trying to make some money, because a graveyard shift, all the degenerates come out. I mean, everything you could think of, just everything you could think of. It's not the most desirable crowd. So they'll charge them just for a shot of liquor, for a whole margarita, which is not might be like $8 for
okay?
12. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
So
doing that. If I take out my shaker, you paying at least 20. Period.
period. Pooh.
Yeah.
So listen, tonight we're talking about what's the tea. So there's so many things going on, and so I felt like it would be cool to talk about some of these things that's going on, like in the world. And one thing that I wanted to bring up is Thanksgiving Mom. Have you heard about this Thanksgiving Mama?
I have not. What happened?
So a Florida mother was arrested after she left her infant child at home alone Thanksgiving and went to a bar. Where you work at? A bar. 38-year-old Florida mom opted to visit a bar on Thanksgiving night instead of staying home with her infant child. A sheriff responded to Victoria home after they received a call from a woman saying that they heard a gun go off in the home. The woman ended up going to the Victoria home to find a bullet embedded in the front door in the car, and the car was in the driveway. So this little boy, I guess, found a gun in the house and shot the gun while the mama was at the bar. And so she ends up getting arrested.
Yeah.
So
But I would say
I
what
knew you could be like,
what what
yeah,
what we
lock
discussing?
up,
Yeah. Yeah.
lock up, lock up. And so my thing is, I guess because I come from the mustard seed ministry that you'll say, And so my thing is, what was going on Thanksgiving? Was she depressed that she had to go to this bar, or what was really going on with her?
That's not the issue of her going to the bar. Get somebody to watch your damn baby. That's the issue. When you are a parent, that's the thing. When you are a parent, you are charged with a life. Period.
Period.
You are to protect their
Hmm.
life.
Hmm.
You do not leave no damn toddler in your damn house. Period. Let alone with a weapon. That could have gone very differently.
Right. It could have gone very
Mm.
differently. I mean, and
Mm.
the child could have shot through the window, killed somebody. Because you
Shot
see all
the
these.
child could have shot himself.
Right. True. 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 Very, very true.
And they need to take that baby from her.
so
She
then,
don't need him no more.
so then,
Hmm.
this is my question. When people do things like that and they take babies away and they displace these babies, then would the baby be safer being with her, or would the baby be safer being in a foster care?
No, the baby would probably be safer with another family member because foster care is shit too. But it definitely ain't safe with her.
Right, right, right. But so this is my thing. I
This is
really
a lose
wonder.
lose situation.
It is. It really
It
is.
is.
And for it to happen on Thanksgiving, my thing was the woman depressed? Did something happen that day that set her off? Because there's a deeper rooted issue there.
Let me tell you something. I have been severely depressed,
Mhm.
severely, but it didn't impair my judgment. And I have been depressed, and I can share this. I've been depressed to the point where I wanted to end it.
Mhm.
But I
Mhm.
look at my kids and I'm like, I'm not gonna leave them like this. Now I'm not
Right.
saying it's a selfish thing because I know with depression, sometimes it is crippling.
So
It can be. And you just want the pain to stop. However, in this instance, and I can empathize with the fact that she might have been depressed, but you can't leave your baby alone. Period. You
you
can't.
can.
You
So
find
it's
you a night, find some damn body. It's somebody, man, would have watched that damn baby.
but then do we not go to the same situation to where you think that I can't just leave my child with anybody because they might molest my child?
Well, bitch, she done left him alone. They could have died.
I get it, but I'm just
Or
going
then
back and
you just
forth.
take your ass, you pick that baby up, put him in the car. Y'all go to the liquor store and then you bring your ass back. You put on a video and you go in there and drink you some wine.
Well, that too. And so it's funny that you mentioned crippling depression.
Yeah.
When you say crippling depression, what do you mean?
What I mean is you can't move. You can't, it's hard to exist. You
So
can't.
I never ever heard of crippling depression until I took this job that I'm in now. Um, Deja talking about, I know that's right. And Linda Carter says she should have gotten her a half a gallon of cranberry and some and dome music and some music. Oh, she meant to say some music. And so I never knew what crippling depression was until I actually had a student come to me and tell me, Mr. Lamont, I have crippling depression. And I was just like, okay, so what is that? And so she came back and she said, it's where my body will lock up and I literally can't get out of bed. Like I'm stuck in a position and I can't move. And I had never heard of crippling
Well,
depression.
I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't what I was talking about. I ain't had that shit where I can't move. I done had some shit where I don't want to fucking move. Like, bitch, I just want to lay here, just want to pull the
And
covers off my head, and I just want to be invisible today.
And I'm not making in front of people that have depression or
No,
that suffer from depression.
absolutely not.
I've been depressed, but what I'm laughing at is how you're responding to me because I ain't had that, But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really, really does exist. And so, what I'm saying to this with this story, and I'm glad that it was brought to my attention, but it makes you think that that we all have issues that we suffer from, and we have to get some help. And this woman truly, truly needs some help. I'm sorry that it had to go like this, but I hope that she gets the help that she needs in this moment. But I hate
Yeah.
that the child has to suffer
Well,
because
the
when a
baby gonna suffer one way or another.
right.
It's
When a
going
baby
to.
can't be with their mom, it's something that it tends to weigh on them. I think for some children, I will say some children because I think it depends on the age of the child, and then
Hmm.
from there. But yeah, I just thought that
I
was a
don't
neat
even think
story.
it depends on the age because I mean, if we in the spirit of being totally transparent, I experienced um I was in an abusive marriage.
Hmm.
And the night before I gave birth to my son, my ex-husband tried to run me over with my vehicle. So my son in utero experienced trauma and it still affects him now.
Wow.
He don't know why, but I
Hmm.
see the effects
Hmm.
of it. Hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, another story. Nick Cannon. So there's three stories with Nick Cannon, girl. Three stories. But I want to say this. So I've been on the Nick Cannon show
Okay.
since it's been going on. We went what's up, Debbie? So we went to the Nick Cannon show. My best friend and my two good girlfriends, Kim and my boss Elena. We went to the Nick Cannon show, and when I say it was some work on this show, we had to literally work, and I was just like, well, dang, stand
Which
up,
one
sit
you had to
down,
work?
clap your hands, learn this song. Hey Nick, we had to learn a whole song, right? And so
Oh,
it was a lot, but the show was really, really good. Now, with that being said, we ended up being on two shows because they recorded two shows at once. And
right.
so it was really, really interesting. So he stopped in mid-show and went and changed clothes and then came back in a whole nother clothes and recorded a whole nother segment and went back and put the first clothes back on, right? And then we had to learn this ending song and sing this song, right? But this is the thing, Mimi. Now I'm gonna be real transparent. I took pictures with Nick. We took pictures when Nick. He came to the audience and he was taking face shots, and then he jumped over the thing and hugged everybody, and we was taking pictures with Nick. And this was just a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, a month and a half ago. And so I didn't see what everybody's talking about right now. Do you know what everybody's talking about with Nick Cannon?
Oh, his penis.
Yeah, I didn't see that. This print that they showing on these shows, he didn't have that then. I promise you, he did not have this.
I
His
believe.
he did not have this dick print that he is showing on the show now. And so my thing was, I told my boss, I feel like we got cheated because if he was doing it like that, why didn't we get that whole experience? When he was hugging everybody and everything.
Well,
But
maybe he wasn't aroused when y'all was there. Maybe he saw something in that audience that you know.
and maybe so. But then, did you see the nudes have been leaked? Oh, Linda said, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, Linda, it ain't Photoshop, boo. Look at this girl right here. Look at me. So, of course,
I actually saw it. I ain't gonna tell you who showed me.
hey, Leslie, because she just said, I saw it. I knew Aunt Leslie showed you. So, I didn't know it was going around like that. And so then Linda said, it's Photoshop. No, Linda, because I went
Not in
back.
Photoshop.
No, we went back and looked at the show, and he actually comes out aroused and aroused. And so I'm just like, for real? I mean,
Well,
and
that
I
is some sexy stuff. Everybody's sitting. You got 300 people and waiting for your ass to come out, and they happy to see you and screaming and stuff. That's enough to arouse any damn body.
No, boo boo. So what this was a
Mm-hmm.
publicity stunt because his show's ratings suck right now. And so what they were doing, what I feel like they were doing is this was going to spark everybody talking. I mean, it's on Twitter, it's everywhere. I mean, like with him coming out and starting the show, and his thing is laying on his leg. And not only is it laying on his leg, I mean, he's sitting up there and he's still talking and people screaming. I mean, it's been all over. If you go to Twitter, you can actually watch it.
Right.
And so then this was like this happened like Monday, Tuesday. Now we do know the show is pre-recorded or whatever.
Right.
I think that show was actually live, and then he came back yesterday with some sad news that his baby had
Yeah,
died,
his baby died. Yeah.
and I found like that was so sad.
Yeah.
Um, and I was just like, Leslie said, I saw the video. Don't tell me too much. Didn't do too much. Don't didn't do too much for me. Tuck that. And
Well, she
so,
don't. She don't like large penises though. So she.
so I just said she didn't see it. So you need to go on and look, Sandra. And so I'll send you the picture, the real picture. Um,
Mhm.
so the thing about it was, like they posted that his baby died, and they went
Yeah.
to I guess they went to the beach and they did the last sunset with the baby. And I thought that was so sad. So my heart goes out to Nick
Yeah.
for losing a child. I don't think
And
that,
he going and it's going he gonna do some wilder stuff because grief manifests in many different ways.
grief does manifest in
Mhm.
several ways.
Yeah.
And I think that people don't understand that there is a grieving process with everything, and especially to lose a child. I don't know what it feels like to lose a child.
And I
Not,
don't ever want to know what that
I
feel like.
don't either. I don't know on
Mhm.
that. Debbie said he was crying and telling the story. I thought I was going to cry. He was crying when he was telling the story on his
I
show.
agree.
Um, I don't. Joanna Bolden. So I don't know what it feels like to lose a child on that level, but I do know
Mhm.
that when I was married to my ex-wife, and we had a child. We didn't have
Yeah.
a child, but the child was gifted to us. I'm going to say it like that. He was gifted to
Mhm.
us, and that was because my ex-wife couldn't have children. And whenever we went through our divorce, the picture that she painted of me as being, because she knew I'd been molested, and she
Mhm.
used that against me in court, and she was in fear that the child was going to be molested, and so I grieved that child, and
Absolutely.
there are parts of me that still grieve him because she took him away from me, and it hurts. It hurts. And even though she's passed away, she's gone. And he is still alive and
Right.
very well thriving. That relationship, I still grieve because I wonder how it would have been. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the children that I have. I love my boys dearly. I do,
Absolutely.
do. And so when
But
people,
I know exactly I know what place you in because you think about what could have been.
yeah.
I go through that as well. Yeah.
And so I hate this for Nick. I hate it for you, Nick. We're praying for you. They say, that this was all a stunt for him to show his piece, or whatever. I'm just gonna say, nice piece, Nick. Keep doing what you're
Child,
doing.
it's probably been that thing been floating around.
Well,
Child.
so this is what they say.
He looked like the type of dude that got a bunch of
I can't
pics.
stand Debbie.
Okay.
I cannot stand Debbie. I can't. I can't. She
Oh, I
put
see
the
what you
man abuser. She passed. Yes, Debbie. She passed 2 years ago on the day after my birthday. The day after my birthday.
Lord have mercy. You and these birthdays and
My
child.
birthday is always kind of like a sad time, but
Yeah,
I
'cause
celebrate it because
yeah,
of my child. Because we share the same birthday, so I celebrate it because of Josiah. But if I
right.
had my way, it'd probably be like just another day. But I
Yeah.
do try to. And look, this Debbie. Move on. She talking about late gift. I hate you, Deb. I do. I love you so much, but I hate you. Uh, so then here's another story, Mimi.
Okay.
Um, this one is crazy. Carl, I think Lentz. I think that's his name, Lentz. I may be saying it wrong, but he cheated on his wife for 14 years. He is the
Hmm.
Hillsong pastor. He's a rock star pastor where they had all these members, plenty of members. The white boy got it going on. I think he's a nice looking white man. And so this woman comes back and she's a designer in LA. And so she announces, that this man cheated on her. So the pastor gets fired from the church. White people don't play. They fire the pastor and tell him, it's for moral issues, whoop-de woo, whoop-de woo. And so him and his wife have come together, and on Thanksgiving, they spent Thanksgiving together because they're trying to make it work. And so whenever they've interviewed her on TV and everything, and so they asked the mistress or the relationship assistant, as you would call her,
Relationship. Yes.
they asked her, so what went on? And she said, we were having a conversation. And I asked Carl, the pastor, Pastor Carl, I asked Pastor Carl, is there a problem in your marriage? What's going on? Are you unhappy with your wife? And he said, no. He said, no. And she said, so she just looked at him and they continued on with their consensual sexual affair. And so the church, like I said, fired him. And you
Hmm.
don't find that too often where a church will step in and just fire you right away.
No,
But
not a black church.
not
That's the
black.
difference.
And so that is the
Black church,
difference.
you can do any damn thing.
You can. And with this
Yeah.
Pastor Carl, and they said that this Pastor Carl, and I found it very interesting that he used to brag about being, with rock stars and brag about being with celebrities and stuff, and he would have them on his shows. I mean, at the church, and they just loved him because he's this rock star pastor. Congregation, packed, girl. When I say they hanging all after rafters like that, they at a rock concert. I mean, and the man is looking at his wife was beautiful, body down. She has a body, everything. But this woman that he cheated with was very, and I hate to use this word because I found out it was derogatory, exotic. She was very different looking. And like she had a very,
Let's unpack this. Different hand. Was she an odd beauty or was she exotic? Because
she's,
Rihanna is exotic. So was she exotic or was she
she
kind
is,
of
she is exotic.
circus?
She was exotic, had a very, very distinctive accent. She was, you could tell she's from somewhere else. She's beautiful, beautiful woman.
Okay, okay. So she okay,
She was,
okay. It's
but
down. It's a little swirly.
yeah, she was of a different descent. And so no, she's not bad built or anything. And so what you find is you have to come back and say, did he abuse his power in order to get her or what was going on? Because she asked him, what's going
It's just
on?
a man. That's the problem. Everybody keep putting all these these pastors on a pedestal. They are men. Period. They are
I'm
not
glad
God.
you said that. I'm glad you said that. So
Hmm.
listen, as I was looking at this story, I started researching some other stories. Do you remember just a couple of years ago, and I'm almost scared to say it on the air because I don't know what they're going to do to us. I'm serious. Do you remember Alfred Street Baptist Church? Whenever
I
that
do.
that that man, the reverend, it wasn't the reverend. It wasn't. Now, let me be clear. It was not the pastor because I like
Mhm.
Pastor Wesley. It was not him, but one of his ministers at the church was
Right.
molesting kids or molesting people, molesting boys at the church.
Right.
Do you know that you cannot find that anywhere on the internet now?
Yeah,
Nowhere.
because they got good PR people. If you got good PR people, won't nobody find it. Just like it's all kind of stuff that happens where I work. And honey, when I tell you that thing is squashed quick. Most people at the job don't even know the stuff that go on. If you got good PR people, your stuff will go away.
So when I say you can't find that anywhere, I spent 30 minutes before the show started. And I was just like, well,
Mhm.
damn, is that why we having technical difficulties? Because did the government come back and say no, you won't? Because we know that the Obamas went to that church. So my thing is, does it all have something to do? This was some Olivia Pope stuff. I can't find it nowhere. Like his name, the only thing you can find online, the only thing you can find about it is Pastor Wesley's statement, where he said that someone had been arrested. They were providing assistance at the church. If you felt like you need psychological issue, you had psychological issues from it, or you experienced trauma, they were offering help. But that's all you see. You can't find this man's name or anything. But what you can find about the church is a year ago, 2 years ago, somebody called in a bomb threat. They just sentenced the man to 43 months, I believe. You can find that, but you can't find about the molestation. Why?
You already know why. The optics. Don't nobody. Let me tell you something. When somebody trying to find a church home, don't nobody want to hear about somebody that was on staff, playing, messing with little kids.
Right,
Because if you got kids and you me, I ain't going.
right.
Just
But then
because
you go
just to be just on the err on the side of caution.
right. So, but then you'll go to a church that gets bomb threats. I mean, my church has had a bomb threat before. I mean, we had to leave the whole.
I ain't going to church. Period. I'm the wrong person to ask. But I'm just saying. I'm just talking about, like we had this talk at the bar the other day with with Bill Cosby
Mhm, mhm,
R. Kelly. And what I was, and my argument has always been the same. I said, Bill Cosby been married long as I've been alive that I know of. Folks know, you know, you got buyer's remorse, promises made, they wasn't kept. And the thing is, once a woman sleep with you, you can't get your Gucci back. So they can't go scratch his car up or do nothing to him. So 35, 40 years later, everybody decide, oh, well, let me, I want to get him back because I ain't ever get that part on this show or whatever. Now, the young lady, and I said, and the thing is, it's dangerous,
mhm.
that in this culture, you can send somebody to jail just on an accusation,
On an
you
accusation.
know. I said, and so the other girl, she was like, "Yeah, I mean R. Kelly." I said, "No, baby." I said, I said that's a different thing. I said, we can't lump them two together.
Mm-mm, you can't.
I said, you cannot lump those two together. Period. And my thing was, I told, I said, shoot. I said the parents. I said with R. Kelly. I said more people need to be on trial because the parents know. You already know what was happening, and you put your baby up there anyway, just trying to get some money. And I was like, and I set that up to say I was the biggest Michael Jackson fan ever.
Mhm.
Think he the greatest that ever did it. But just because of the rumors, me and my babies, we wouldn't have been in no daggone Neverland. Hell no. And I love them, but we ain't going. And so the guy said, "You wouldn't take your baby there. You there to protect him." I said, "No." I said, "Sir, let me tell you something. As the parent, when you take your child and you go somewhere with them, you are sanctioning this person to your child. You are telling your child this person is all right. Mommy and daddy all right with this person. So you setting the baby up." I said, "Nah, we wouldn't have been. We would have watched. We could have watched. We would watch them on TV, but we wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have been sitting on the Ferris wheel and riding the train and petting none of the damn animals. We wouldn't have been nowhere near Neverland Ranch. So it's all about the optics. Period.
It is about the optics. You know, I wanted to address Debbie's question. She said, "What kind of church you going to where they bringing bombs?" So, true story. There are just a lot of people that are just hatred. They have hatred for God. They have hatred for people.
They
And
got hatred for these their idea of
mhm,
what they think God is, and they got hatred for all of these people
mhm.
that's misusing God or the idea
So
of God.
right. And so here it is. I go to an inclusive church to where, we accept everyone. And so this
Mhm.
individual actually came into the church. We had him on video. He actually came into the church, sat at the back of the church for a little bit. I think it was during praise and worship. He sat there and sat during prayer and left and put something by the tree, and I think called it in or something. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was a big scare. We had to leave the church. The bomb people came out. I mean, it was major. It was
Mm.
major. And so then after that, they had policemen there, roundabout. And we had to get security, and then we even had people that were sitting in the church trying to see if he ever came back. Now he did come back to church one other time. He came back and he was arrested. He came back for, we had a tent revival or tent service or something, and he came back for that. So you just will be surprised at how people hate people or will do things just because they don't know. And it's just, it's crazy. It's real crazy, Debbie. And Debbie, someone see that's right. Why right there. It is. But then if we go back to the black church, you remember John Gray? Remember whenever he
Mhm.
cheated on his wife the first time and then he came back? No, no, yes, he did. Yes, yes, Debbie, he did. He did. You
I, I was thinking it too. I said, yeah, I said that. I said that. I was thinking the same thing.
no, but he did. He was. He did have melon.
Yeah, no, I was wondering.
Yeah, yeah, bold.
Well, I could
Um,
tell you, if it was somebody black, I ain't worried about them leaving no damn bomb. Because as soon as we try to order some shit to make a bomb, they gonna lock our ass up. So that was just a scare.
I hate you. So, John Gray, you remember he came back and he bought his wife that Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something. He bought a real, real expensive, and publicized it and all this and that. And then he turned around and did it again, and
Well,
then we
look
had,
at what? Look at him. I mean, honest. Let's just. Yeah. I'm okay. So you look at a man like him. Okay, he's not a good looking man. I mean, not in the traditional sense. So you can tell nobody probably ever paid attention to him. He's fluffy. He's not that good looking. Nobody ever paid attention to him in school and stuff like that. So now you up here, you got all this power and prestige and money and shine, and now you getting all this attention. It's hard for anybody to turn that down, especially when you've been an ugly duckling your whole life. Period. I mean, true. I'm not even being trying to be funny. That's just real.
it is real. It is real.
Yeah.
You're my fluffy.
And the
And so,
wife, and honestly, she don't tell you something. She ain't care.
you don't think
She
she
did
could?
not care.
Debbie's talking about his whole life.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, Aunt Leslie talking about he couldn't get no cat if he wasn't the pastor. Truth, Mimi.
That's
Um,
I mean, that's real time. But he got money, so he gonna use it to get.
and so then you got Bishop Eddie Long. You remember Bishop Eddie Long?
Child, that old greasy, slimy joker. Mm. I don't,
So
I don't, I don't trust no man with no muscle shirt on. I just don't. I don't like
they can't wear no muscle shirt.
you up in the damn pulpit with your damn nipples protruding. What kind of shit is that?
Oh, so that, and then Jamal Bryant. You remember Jamal Bryant?
Oh, I know Jamal Bryant.
I've seen him.
Oh, I know him. Let me tell you something. I know him when he was quiet and shy, because he was once upon a time.
Really?
Yeah.
Debbie said, I remember Pastor Long Tongue.
Long time, yes.
Who is that, Debbie?
Is that the one on the internet pastor that was think he was doing fellatio on a woman in the car?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and
this
then
they are they fallible. They're
so
human.
let's bring some women in it. Let's bring Pastor Shirley Caesar. You know, they've always said that she was a closet lesbian.
Well, I believe that. Yeah. That's not that I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you look at the unsung, with Mickey Howard, because I watch unsung. Mickey Howard's mother sang with the original Caravan,
Uh-huh.
and with Shirley Caesar, and her mother was a lesbian as well. So I mean, we didn't have gay people in the church, but
Long.
they normally just only focus on the men. They'll never talk about the women.
You remember Juanita Bynum, whenever her and her husband had that fight in that parking lot, and then she married him. And remember, her wedding was so elaborate. She had a wedding ring on. He married both hands of hers, honey. He married all of her. Put a wedding ring on both hands of hers, honey, because he was just in love. And she got up and said, "This is what you're supposed to do." But then she also got up and told the people, "If you know that your husband like looking at women, you better go look at you some Victoria's Secret." So he'll start looking at you. So it won't be nobody's secret. She did this whole thing and
I
stuff. And then
remember all that shit. She was the first one that made me realize church folk full of shit. No more sheets. Okay.
so what you doing on just the mattress?
Child, she had all kind of sheets, comforters, blankets, spreads. Child, it's all a show. Everything
You
is for show.
you know, she admitted to sleeping with women before, and she said that God delivered her um from that. You know, but she did openly admit that she used to be a lesbian, that she had experimented. You know, and she's one of the ones that I will say that has admitted that she
Mhm.
had did. Leslie says cheaters cheat, but I just thought that that was just okay. You know, Pastor Carl, I
But
wish
see,
we
this
could.
is the thing. It's a double standard because just like we've had many talks on the show about when men experiment and women are not. As soon as a man experiment with a man, oh no, he is gay. Period. But
Right.
women experiment with women all the time. And you not church folk on Leslie. You already know that my definition of church folk. I'm not talking about Christians. I'm not talking about spiritual people. I'm talking about people that's full of shit. You not church folk. If you was church folk, I wouldn't be with you. But the women is always she experimented,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be college or,
Mm-hmm.
what she had, she went through trauma with too many men, and now she's with women, and but women can always come back and nobody cares. But a man, as soon as he say, "Well, God done delivered me from penis," everybody just like, mm-mm. I ain't lying.
You're
Now that
not.
is it. I will admit that is a big double standard, and I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't want a man knowingly, I know that he like penis too. I don't want nobody
So
that like penis.
so maybe he didn't like it. Maybe he just.
Don't matter. Nope. Mm-mm.
So if he touched another one, you no, 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 thank you.
If you touched it, you did more with it. Yeah.
Hmm. You
Yeah,
even
I mean
got
that's
the dog over there
that's what
barking.
I
That
did.
dog started barking over there. Maybe
Child, them
you see
dogs been barking because them kids in there eating pizza and they
it?
want some and they ain't giving none up.
So that's deep. but my thing is, Pastor Carl, we wish you the best. Yeah, we wish you the best. Pastor Carl is a handsome man.
A whole
Um,
lot, but those are the ones that's easier to get followers. Ain't nobody like I tell you. We have it's a pastor. What's that church down in Brandywine? Pastor fine. Oh, he fine. He oh God, what's the I forgot the name of that church. It's easy to get people because churches is made up mostly of women. You get a good looking man up there and he talking some good shit, we gonna
so
fly.
so
We coming.
we
We
coming.
gonna wear out we gonna wear our good undergarments
So you
and
don't
hold
jiggle.
everything in. Yes, we gonna sit on that front row, we gonna shout and we gonna do everything try to get some attention.
Listen, not at my church. Not at my church where I
Well
come from.
y'all church child that cause a
No,
woman
no,
ain't she probably got a
no,
damn
no,
chance in there.
no. I'm talking about where I come from. I will
Uh
never forget this one woman came
hmm
into our church, and she was a visitor, and she had on an electric blue dress. When
uh,
I say this dress she had on, it was so form fitting, it was so tight, it was right, honey. It reminds you of one of my old clients, how she wear her stuff
right, right,
like that,
right.
tight, and she was fine, and had on some tall heels, and she
Hmm.
came and sat on the front row, honey. Came right in the church and sat on the front row, and the pastor was up preaching. Listen to Debbie talking about why you telling all my business. Debbie, I ain't talking about you. And so the pastor was up preaching. I kid you not. First lady got up and had her handkerchief and took it and put it over her lap and sat right next to her. And I don't know if she told her, not today you won't, but she told her something. She told her something. And I have you know that the pastor continued to preach, and the first lady sat right there next to her and covered her legs up. Sure did. And so I'm just saying,
It don't matter. I mean, that's the when I say that's so tacky. It's a good thing it wasn't me, cause that damn child I would have got thrown out that church. I'd be like, bitch, if you don't take this damn thing up off my damn lap, I need your damn handkerchief. Like, ma'am, are you that insecure? Is
no,
your marriage that unstable? No, cause that's what you say. That's what you putting out there.
no, she just didn't want you to distract her husband from giving the word on that
He
Sunday.
gonna be distracted. That's the thing. If he that easily distracted, he ain't got no business up to you.
Hmm,
That's how
that,
I feel about it.
that's
And while
deep.
she trying to cover up electric blue legs, you got all them other women because this how church women flirt. They make you bake goods and bring by they bring them by pies and cakes and you know and macaroni and cheese. That's how church women flirt. The homely ones.
So my daddy always said the way to a pastor's heart is cat. He said cat, sweet potato pie, and chicken. You get them every time.
And money.
That's what my daddy used to say all the time. Cat, sweet potato pie, and chicken will get them.
Um,
Catch them up. You give them one of the three. If you give them one of them, they're gonna start lurking. You start giving them all of them, it's over. It's over. Now that's what my
mhm.
daddy used to say. So next story, Mimi. Since we're talking about marriages and things like that, did you know
Mhm.
that Stevie J filed for divorce and is asking for spousal
Oh,
support
that,
from Faith Evans?
that old rat looking joker. She a damn fool forever marrying him.
So Faith Evans has responded to CBJ's divorce petition requesting spousal support and is asking the court to deny his request. Her petition claims that they have been separated since May 29, 2020, which is very different from the October date CBJ reported. Are men looking down upon what they ask women for? Spousal support. So do we have now this man is asking this woman for spousal
I
support?
mean, it's the thing. It
And
depends. If he, but see, he's in a position to earn. Now, if he was a house husband, and let's say let's say it was different, early on, and He wasn't working, wasn't
Oh,
never working.
hey,
Did she?
they're
Did she? Did.
going in tonight.
Um, because this the thing. Women do it all the time. So it's equal. I mean, I don't like it, but if you have a man that you got him, he ain't working, and you get him you establish him in this particular lifestyle, and he's become accustomed to this lifestyle. Y'all break up, your ass got to pay up.
Well, some people are saying that this is a bitch move for him.
It is
They're
a bitch move, but he been known for bitch moves, so he's consistent. He been doing bitch moves since he been on Love and Hip Hop. Everybody on Love and Hip Hop do bitch moves. That's why it's called Love and Hip Hop. It's a trash show, but
mm,
he's a trashy type of dude. I mean, the thing is, he's consistent.
he
He's
is
he's been
very
that way.
consistent.
So I'm not shocked at all. But that's the problem. When you lay down with dudes like that, you just gonna have to. Child, I would pay up just for him to go the fuck away.
You would
Now
pay for him.
I wouldn't give him spouse. I would fight for spousal support, but I would pay him off.
Well, you
Absolutely.
remember Mary J. Blige went through that. You know,
Uh huh.
she ended up having to pay him spousal
Yeah,
support.
because she got a dude that he came with absolutely nothing. When you
Mhm.
that rich and you and the man, he can put all his belongings in a trash bag. You ain't got no business being with.
Oh wow, is
Period.
that what you
You
believe?
don't. Absolutely. Or if you do, make sure that paperwork is intact. You have to
Um,
protect yourself. You can't afford to be head over heels, la la land, dreamy in love when you got that kind of paper, got that kind of stuff to lose. You can't.
Debbie said he said that I can't believe you had a nigga in my house. They did say that she had somebody in the bed. That's the
Well, well, you know what? The chickens have come home to roost because how many folks he done had in the damn bed? It
mm,
played out on the damn Love and Hip Hop. He had the Mimi Fowles. She damn any way the wind blows, and then he had Jocelyn Hernandez. She definitely any way the wind blows. So and they had them together. So hey, you opened it up. You opened up Pandora's box. You can't close that bitch now. Or actually, once you open it up, you can't control it.
that's what it is. You can't
You can't.
control it. So with the spousal support, they're saying that the dates are different. You know, she's saying that they've been separated since May, and he's saying since October. So I guess it's kind of like I guess they're gonna have to prove, you know, what the date is. But then my thing is, I don't even think they've been married. What, maybe 2 years, 3 years?
No, they've been married. They've been married more than that.
Have they?
They've been married. I want to say probably about 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so I guess it depends on what state you're in to tell you what you're entitled to. I know the
I
state of
wanted to know what state she was in when she agreed to marry his ass.
what you say mentally.
I'm
You
like,
want to know?
babe, for real? Like, is it that serious?
I don't think that it was that serious. He's been married 3 years. 3 years. They've been married 3 years.
Okay.
July 17th, 2018. And so I guess it depends on what state you were actually married in and what state you reside in. I know that in the state of Texas, you have to be 10 years, you get half or whatever. They say 10 years. So everybody always talk about you got to make it 10 years. Go 10 years, go 10 years. Now I do know here in Maryland, there is no statute of limitations. It depends on the judge.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the judge on how that rolls out. And so then you're entitled to whatever. So I guess it really depends on where you are, whether or not he'll get it. Debbie said Whitney. You know, remember when Whitney married Bobby Brown? everybody was saying that she was crazy and all this and this and this. But then when you go back and you look at Whitney's stuff, you Debbie said
He
she
was.
got stuff support after 4 years. Uh, hallelujah.
I know that's right.
Uh, so you know, Stevie J, good luck. I'm gonna say good luck. If you feel like you're entitled to it, I say fight for it. Fight for it. If you feel
Mm.
like you're entitled to it. Faith, I hope you had your paperwork in order and prenups.
Faith,
Or,
I just need you to do better next time because you got too much at stake. Too much.
but does she? What is she worth?
That's the thing. She because she was married to Notorious B.I.G. So she still has, and she has his son. So she still has she's still getting royalties.
Mm.
That'll never stop.
Yeah, that'll never stop.
She's written for a lot of people. And we
Mm.
all know the people behind the scenes make way more money than the people on
They
stage.
do.
So
They
she
do.
has a lot of residual income coming in.
Yes,
She
they do.
has a lot to lose.
Yeah, because that was one of the things when Candy married her husband. Her mama was so upset behind that because she kept saying, what is he bringing to the table? All he was a cameraman, whoop de woo, for BET or whatever. Then he was behind the scenes or whatever. But Todd, yeah, I couldn't think of Todd's name. So you have it
Candy
all.
Mom was a bitch though. She was oof. That's a bitchy woman.
um, yeah, you know, she believes in protecting her daughter. I guess that's what that was about. She was trying to
No,
protect her
she believe in protecting that bag because she want to make sure she's still getting it. But
daughter.
Candy making enough coin to take care of her and whoever else.
Hmm. Speaking of money, yes, Candy's mom is hell on wheels. That's what Debbie says. Speaking of money, did you know another thing that's going on in the world that collectors can now slide in your DMs? If you
Oh,
thought call or two wasn't enough, what about DM on Instagram? Debt collectors are now allowed to slide in your DMs. New rules govern how the U.S. debt collectors can contact those in debt and officially come into effect November the 30th. What are your thoughts on that? They can now slide in. You owe a bill, they can slide in your DMs on Instagram and tell you that you need to pay them.
all right. I don't see nothing wrong with it. They still ain't gonna get paid. People still they just gonna block their ass. I mean, it's just now you can see who the fuck owe you. That's all. They still ain't gonna get paid. And then they gonna be big mad because folks still gonna be flossing and showing, I got your money, but it ain't your money because I'm spending it over here.
Debbie says she gonna swipe left and delete. But yeah, you can
Exactly.
they can now slide into your DMs and say that you owe them money. And so this is the thing. I don't know if y'all get calls, but I get calls not from debt collectors. Now I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't never got one, but I've gotten some. But I
Hmm.
get calls from people that are trying to get me to extend the warranty on my car, and that's still under
Hmm.
warranty. And they've gotten so slick at it and so good at it to where they call from numbers like that are close to my mama's number. They call close to like my brother's number. And so when I see it, it's like, who is this calling from Pampa? Or who's calling from Fort Washington? And then they'll even call from like, it'll flash up like your kid's name or something like that. I've had that happen. Josiah. And it doesn't say Josiah Ford, it'll just say Josiah. And then it'll have a number up, and then I answer them, be like, hey, son, and it's you. This is Sarah calling from the warranty division. Your warranty is about to expire. I mean, so you get all those types of calls.
So that's why I'm gonna put it out here now. I have an app on my phone, and what happens is called Hire. HIYA. You can go to your Play Store or Apple, wherever your app store. You download that onto your phone. It's absolutely free, or you could get the one like I did. I think I paid well like $10. But what it does is anybody that comes up is suspected spam. It gives all of their information. It lets you know if they're calling from a domestic line or if it's a business. So, because it's a lot of places that, a lot of the scammers are calling and saying, that you owe this or that, but it'll say on their domestic line, so you already know if somebody's supposed to be calling you on official business, it's not going to be a domestic line. So you can go ahead, report it, block them, and it won't even pop up on your stuff anymore.
Wow. Because I have my block list is so long because like
Hmm.
every time I get a call like that, I block them, but then they call back from another number. So I ain't got time to
But that's
block
what
it.
I'm saying. But you can, once you put the block on and see everybody across that has the higher, and I think it's called Hiya, but it's YA. But what happens is everybody that suspected spam, it'll pop up right on your thing. It'll say suspected spam. So you can just go ahead and hit the thing and it goes away. So
Oh
you don't even
wow.
have to answer the phone.
Linda Carter says that she Comcast has that, and she said it lets her know if the number is valid or number is spam. So I think
I
that's really,
see.
really good that you're giving them people knowledge. I mean, I need to
Mhm.
get it because
Oh yeah.
with my thing is, I get so many phone calls, but then I've always used my personal number as a business number, and I need to stop that. That's going to be something that I'll probably do in the first of the year. Is stop using my personal number as my salon number because I never wanted to miss a call. When you chasing that coin,
Yeah,
you
well, yeah. I mean, we learn to do things better as we get,
yeah, most
as we get
definitely.
older.
So
Hmm.
that's one of the things that I'm gonna do is probably get a second line or a different number so that way I don't
Get you a
lose that.
Google number.
So I don't like Google numbers. I have one. I don't
Oh,
like it. I
okay.
had it for church, and we used to pass them out, to like the new members, so that they didn't interfere, in your relationship and things like that, or they didn't have access to you like that when you were doing counseling or something like that. So I had a Google number, but I would always miss the calls because I couldn't differentiate with the ringtones and things like that.
Child, I
So
wasn't. Y'all good. I couldn't be in ministry. Child, they be talking about me. I'll be untouchable. Nobody, you would see me in church.
So I am that is something that I think that everybody should have this to try to cut down on that. But just I'm gonna say this: be careful who you let slide in your DMs anyway. Watch your
You
DMs. You
ain't
listen,
never lie about that.
listen. Be careful who you let slide in your DMs. I can tell you some stories, but I ain't gonna even do that tonight. I ain't gonna even tell you them kind of stories. But I've had some people slide into my DMs that really
Yeah.
meant good. So just be careful with who you let slide in your DMs. But then also watch out for these debt collectors. If you're running from debt, or you just don't want to pay your debt, or if you're just at a point to where you can't afford to
No,
pay.
let's just pay your debt. Don't run from it. Just gonna pay that shit off. Cause you're too old to be owing everybody. Cause at some point you're gonna want to be all the way grown and purchase something and do something. Go on, take care of it. They gonna get their money one way or another. So just go make a payment plan. Pay the shit off.
Pay it.
Yeah, pay it off.
Pay it or ride it out for 7 years.
No, it ain't just 7 years because all they gotta do at the end of the 7 years is re-report it. And your 7 years gonna start all over again.
Oh my. Well, thank you, Lord. I don't have anything like
Yeah.
that.
Child, I can answer my phone. I don't owe nobody.
Ain't that wonderful?
Yes, it is.
I owe some people, but they paid on time. So and
Well,
I'm
when I
thankful.
say I'm talking about, I don't have no outstanding stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand. So here's another story. Man obtains $1.6 million in PP loans. Man sentenced to 9 years in prison for illegally obtaining 1.6 million in PP loans. Lee Price the third, honey, applied for 2.6 million in loans on behalf of fake business he created. He received 1.6 million. He roughly spent about $227,000 on a Lamborghini and $86,000 on a Ford F-350 truck. It has been reported he spent thousands in the strip club, and he also purchased a Rolex.
What we discussing?
It's all gone. I mean, you're going to prison for 9 years. So you have to wonder, was those 9 years the best year of your life? This year that
It
you did flossing?
was dumb, but it's a whole lot of dumb people in jail.
It is. But then my thing is this, even with this, you created this fake business. Who wrote your business plan? Because my thing is,
You don't. Let me tell you something. During the pandemic, it depends on who you got. Cause I had my friend has a legitimate business, and they took him through hell to get a PPP loan. He still wasn't able to get it, and he and his business brought in real money and had real employees and stuff. It's one of them things. It just depends who you got processing your stuff. You got some people that are efficient and on their job, and you have some people that just gonna pass it on through.
well, listen, I didn't get it. And
Yeah.
I've been in business for a long time.
I didn't even apply for it.
Listen, I didn't apply, but what I did get was an email stating that I qualified for it. And so,
Mhm.
me, I was just like, well, you know what? Let me see what it do, how it worked. Do you know them people came back and they sent me a letter and said, we would like to process this, but we need some more information. When people ask for more information, leave it alone.
Mhm.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because I was like, more information. Leave that mess alone. And
Yeah.
so, no, 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 no. I just took it.
Mhm.
I said, okay, God, I ain't supposed to get this. And then after that, I started seeing all these people going to jail for mishandling money and doing stuff, but I didn't get it. And if you want to know who got it, all you got to do is go online and Google.
Mhm.
Google. It's a whole bunch of people where we work at me that got loans.
Shoot, the people that own the building got loans, got bailed out, and then sold it. So
Child.
I mean, if they really get audited, what they did was illegal.
Hmm.
But who am I?
Hey, Google, stop. When I said you can look it up, Google thought I was
Okay.
talking to them. So that was like
Okay.
they started getting, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just like, okay, so here it is. He didn't got caught $1.6 million.
And the sad thing is, he ain't got a damn thing to show for it.
Didn't
No,
start no, why you didn't start a business, sir?
because let me tell you something. Nigga mentality, that's not relegated to color. It's not relegated to color.
What did you say? How you said what?
I say nigga mentality, and like I said, it's not relegated to color. Where you attain a bunch of stuff that has no real value. It's not
I'm just
growing. Yeah,
it's
it's not growing. You're not getting anything that's going to appreciate. Everything he did is literally he might as well just had a bonfire and burn cash.
did you not give your mom, sir? Did you give your mama something? Why you
Child,
didn't put it?
he came out of his mama. He thought his strippers, and he got all the things that thoughts like nice, flashy, shiny cars.
Can we put his picture back up there? Let's look at him. Uh, uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh.
Yeah.
I mean, he spent $227,000 on a Lamborghini,
Hmm.
$86,000 on a Ford F
I
three
want to know where he parked. Where did he park that bitch at? Where was he living? Cause
because
they ain't
right,
say
it don't
nothing
say
about.
he bought a house. They don't
It
say he
ain't
bought
say
a
he bought
house.
a house. Cause you can't park that on no. You can't park that on my street. I got a nice neighborhood, but it ain't Lamborghini nice.
I have been
This
in
is
your
this is
neighborhood. You can
this
bring
is
a car
Rav.
back.
This is Rav4 and maybe a Escalade, or something. Yeah, this practical shit around here.
Well,
We ain't got we ain't got all of them.
in my building, they got some major cars over here, and I'll be like, dang,
Well,
they
y'all pay a lot of rent over there.
we do.
Y'all too.
Yeah, they
Uh,
got. I mean, she's about a lot, but they got a Mercedes truck over here. What do you call that truck? Josiah know what it is because he always he, like Daddy. Get one of Josiah, what is that truck? A G wagon. And so he was like, Daddy, I know that you're gonna get one of these later on. You're gonna get one of these, Daddy. And so I'm just like, no, we ain't getting no G wagon.
you probably will.
If the only way I get a G wagon is if I get
You
a,
probably
a,
you, probably-
a G
you
husband.
fancy like that. I ain't fancy. I'm like fancy-ish. I ain't fancy though.
So yeah, I wish this man the best. Listen, I looked at a Lamborghini. My client, we went car shopping and she looked at a Lamborghini. And when I walked on that floor, I was like, my God, I didn't know.
I can't even fit in that bitch. I ain't gonna get in no damn car that I got to do. I got to do the snake to get out that bitch. I can't. I got to stop, drop, and roll,
What you
and
got to do
then
with snake? How you do the
stop,
snake with
drop,
me?
and roll. I got to roll out that bitch, and then I got to turn around and prop my hands up, and then push myself up. I ain't. That's too much. Mm-mm.
How you do the snake with me?
You got to do all that to get out the car. I ain't doing that. Yeah,
That's how
no.
you got to get out.
I done seen. When I tell you, I done seen some big folk, and like I'm on 495, and they showed all up in the window. Like this. That's when you like, come on, sir. Like, come on. How you even test drive that and be like, oh yeah, I like this? No, no. If you got to move over like this to close the door, you ain't got no business in it.
Kid you not. I was at Sam's getting some gas, and it's cold outside, right? This man had his top down. This was 2 weeks ago. Had his top down in a Corvette. Hefty, hefty dude. And so when he finished filling up his Corvette, he finished with it, put the thing back, and his wife was in the car. And I was just like, I just want to see him get in his car. I was parked behind him. I was like, I want to see him get in the car. Mimi, he got in the car and did like this and then reached over and pulled the door closed. And honey, I was just like, why did you have to hold his arm up and then slam the door like
You
this?
know why he had to hold it up? Because he couldn't fit in it.
That's why
And
the
his
top
wife
was there.
and his wife only with him for the money. She don't love him because she riding around like that and it's cold. And then you let his big ass buy that damn car. No, he can't fit in it, bitch. She don't love him.
Listen, final thoughts, BB. Final thoughts. What you want to tell the people tonight?
Just do the right thing, like Spike Lee said. Do the right damn thing. That's all. Live where you live. Act your wage. And just, if you can't fucking do it, don't do it. Period.
You know, I hear you, Mimi. And so one thing that I say all the time, if you can't afford it now, wait until it's out of season and buy it and then wear it. It's still yours. It's
You
your
make a
family.
plan to do some different shit so you can't afford it. That's all
You
you
know,
got to do. You ain't got to have everything now.
you do, you do. I wore this pleather, honey. It wasn't even real leather. I wore this pleather a
Well, it's
suit to
called vegan leather now.
vegan leather. I wore this vegan leather suit to work today, and so my friend Adalphi called me, and she said, "Oh yes, where you going?" You know, we was FaceTime. She's like, "Yes, you better work and stuff." And I said, "Girl," she was like, "Well, where you get that from? You know, you serve it." I said, "Honey, this was last season, Zara, last season," and I said I couldn't buy it in season, so I waited and bought it over the summer so I could wear it now. And she was just
Are
like,
you good at last season, child? When I say my seasons, they wasn't even the shit I be wearing. They wasn't even calling it seasons then. It was just yeah,
I mean,
but it's called clearance.
listen, I'm very resourceful. I mean, I like what I like, but I
You
mean,
got to be clever. And the thing is,
you
you
have
know,
to be.
when you clever, you could wear some shit that costs $20 and it's gonna and folks ain't even gonna question you. They're gonna swear up and down this designer because you make the shit. The shit don't make you.
That's right. You know,
Mhm.
I do thrift stores sometimes. Um,
Mhm.
I can wear anything. So my final thought with you is you don't have to do what he did. You don't have to do what other people are doing to get where you're trying to get to. Take your time and get there because when you get there, you'll enjoy it much better. I promise you, you'll enjoy it. If you drive slow, you can enjoy the scenery of why you got there and how you got there. So that way, when you reflect on it, it's beautiful to you. Those are my
Mhm.
thoughts. So listen, follow us. Follow us on Instagram, in the chair with Monty and Mimi, and Facebook, Monty and Mimi, and of course YouTube. We trying to get a check, so help us, y'all. Follow us on in the chair with Monty and Mimi on YouTube. You know, if you get so many viewers, they start giving you a check, and it's already been spoken into my life that I already get this check. So I want the check.
No, that's right.
Because we ain't seen no check yet. So can we get the check? Follow us. Tell somebody about us. And you know what, y'all? We'll see you next week. We love you. Good night and enjoy your week.
I got something to say.